Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the non-comfort access key fob in the E84 BMW X1. So this is the model years 2009 through 2015 for the X1. So if you look at your key fob, the first thing you're going to determine is if you have comfort access or not. Comfort access just allows you to unlock the car just by grabbing the handle. So if you look on the back of your key fob, the rectangular one here, if you see this square that has kind of a, looks like something, a back you could pop off, this is a comfort access key, and I'll link to the video on how to change this battery. But in this one we're going to change the non-comfort access key. So if you look at the back here, there's no backing here, and to get to the rechargeable battery that we need to get to, the first thing you'll want to do is pull out the valet key here, and you can see around the edges here there's kind of a line that we'll need to score around, and I used a box cutter when I did this the first time, and what you can do is just kind of score around the edges here, and this may take, you know, a good 5 minutes to kind of cut through this layer that separates the fob into two different pieces. And once you get through that, you're able to take the fob into two different pieces here and get access to the internal circuit board. And so the circuit board will pop out here, and then now you can see the VL2020 battery that we need to replace. So if this battery dies for whatever reason, normally this recharges itself. This can last a while, but if you do need to replace it, this is how you do it. So flipping it over here, you can see there's 2 points where the battery is attached to the circuit board here. These are called the legs on the battery, and so what we'll need to do is desolder these 2 points, put in a new battery, and then put the fob back together. Now to desolder this, I just have a nice little soldering iron I got off of Amazon that I can link to. If you've never done this before, this is a pretty straightforward desoldering process, and so what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna heat up the solder here, and then I've got a desoldering vacuum, and this will suck up the solder when we're doing this desoldering here, and then we can remove the battery once we've got the solder all removed. Okay, let's see where we're at there. Okay, so we're still a little bit attached there. Okay, so gonna get a little more off here. Okay. Okay, let's see how that goes. Yeah, this is looking good. So again, once you've removed the solder and are able to pull off, there we go, these two legs here on the battery, you'll see that these are kind of offset at about a 90-degree angle. Some of these VL2020 batteries you'll see on Amazon have a 180-degree offset, so the one leg would be here and one leg would be here. Make sure you get the one that's offset 90 degrees so that can match you know, the entry points onto the circuit board here. So if we had a new VL2020 battery with our 90-degree offset legs, we just put this back on through the points here on the board, and then we'll want to solder this to the board. So get some of our handy dandy solder here, and I think I paid, you know, 18, 19 bucks for this kit on Amazon, so it's not a super expensive project that you can do yourself. And then we're just going to touch some of that solder on there, get that done, and then the other point over here. Okay, now that we've got that done, we've got the battery, the new battery attached to the board here, the new VL2020. We can go ahead and put this back into its spot here. You can see the battery's got a little outline there on this side, so we'll just slot that in there. And then you may want to get some super glue to kind of super glue around the edges here, just so that when you reattach this here, you get a nice, actually snug fit. Because when you do score the edges, it's gonna want to stay apart. So, but yeah, that's how you do replacement on the non-comfort access key fob for the BMW X1 model years 2009 to 2015.